family on a Monday night. For those of you who are calling into this call for the first time, or maybe you've heard a little bit about Shaklee, you picked an amazing one to join. Dawn mentioned a little bit about Elizabeth's story, but some of the highlights that I absolutely love about what she brings to the table is this health transformation that she personally had. She lost 40 pounds through the Shaklee 180 program and was actually featured as one of our winners for our healthy competition. So she's somebody who came in and saw amazing health results. But what's even more inspiring is after that, she went from working 3 jobs to deciding to build a Shaklee business full-time. And she, since then, has doubled her Shaklee business. They've qualified, she and her husband, Brandon, and her daughter, Magdalena, have qualified for 3 Shaklee trips, are also receiving a car payment, and have developed countless leaders through the Shaklee program. So super excited to have her be able to share a little bit tonight about her journey. And also, I think she just speaks to people in a way that is so real, because she's been where you are. She's created an amazing life for her and her family, and is always looking to do more, and Shaklee has definitely been that vehicle. So with that, Elizabeth, if you're there, we'll go ahead and turn the time back over to you.
Great. Thank you so much, Kristen. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys having me on here tonight, and it's really an honor for me to be able to be asked to be on here, because I feel like you said, I had done a lot, but I feel like I haven't done that much, and I kind of just fit Shaklee into my everyday life of what I do, and I kind of just live the entire Shaklee lifestyle. So for me, I'll go a little bit more into that as we get through the presentation. But like you said, I am a full-time mother. That I have my little daughter, Magdalena, who's 14 months, and we have another one on the way. I'm about 5.5 months pregnant right now. And the best thing for me is that I've really been able to take this business to something I never thought I could. And where I was at prior to getting married and having a family, I was working 60 hours a week for 3 different jobs, and I kind of just thought that's the way that life was going to be. You know, you just are always busy and you're always on the go, and I quickly realized that that wasn't what I wanted, and that really wasn't the dream lifestyle. It wasn't until I met my husband, Brandon Johnson, who had asked me a question that he said, "Do you ever make time for yourself?" And I wasn't even dating him at the time, and I thought to myself, I'm like, I guess I don't. I make time for so many others, which I do love giving back, but I never thought of my future. I never thought of where I wanted to be. And so quickly that kind of changed, and he helped me to be able to really dream again and kind of figure out what it is that I wanted. And I grew up as a Shaklee user. My mom has been using the product 17 years, so I just always kind of used the products, and I didn't really know what I had until I didn't have it anymore. And I went to Europe for 4 months, and I didn't have all my products with me, and I kind of experienced what life was like without it. And it was something that I never really wanted. I had zero energy. I literally couldn't even walk up like 3 sets of stairs without being out of breath. And I had put on a little bit of weight, and I mean, there were so many different variables of not being able to live with the Shaklee products that really kind of made me come home and think to myself, like, this is obviously something that I need in my life, and I don't want to ever go without it again. So after being kind of the chubby one of my family for a little while, I was then able to, like you had said, with the with the Shaklee 180 program, I was able to lose 40 pounds, and it was 19 and a half inches, which for me was a huge deal. I went from a size 16 all the way down to a size 6, and I didn't even know a size 6 existed at the time. I kind of just went from like yoga pants to a size 12, and that's just where I thought it was supposed to be. So being able to see that weight drop tremendously not only helped me like mentally, but it helped me like with my confidence. It helped me with so many more things to see the scale go down, but to see my clothes not fit anymore, and to go from that, 16 to a 14, and then back to my normal 12, and then I went to a 10, and hitting an 8 was just like, I didn't even know that existed, and then a 6, I'm like, okay, something's wrong. So being able to have this whole experience of what the products have done for me, I really took that to the next level of sharing the products. I didn't want to just keep them to myself. I wanted to make sure that people were able to take advantage of all that I have been able to take advantage of for so many years. And so that's kind of where a business had started. And after Brandon and I got married and knew we wanted to start a family, that's where I really started taking things serious. I wanted to stay home. I didn't want to work so much anymore. I wanted to watch my children live their life and be there for them every step of the way. I didn't want any of those moments to pass by. And for me, that was the most important. My mom was always there. She had her Shaklee business, and I liked being able to kind of mimic what she has done and what she has taught us. So, and to be honest, Shaklee has been the one thing that's always been there for me. And I know that sounds a little crazy at the beginning, but there's been so many life-changing things that has happened in our life that have been uncontrollable to us in certain aspects. You know, the month that we got pregnant with our daughter, which was controlled, but we had our best month ever. And, you know, throughout the entire pregnancy, when your health is not supposed to be, quote unquote, where it's at, I quickly found out that being pregnant could be like an amazing thing. And so many of my friends that had suffered, I'm now able to help them to get to a healthier pregnancy. And the month we had Magdalena was our best month we'd ever had. And to me, that was so important that here I was in the hospital for multiple days and on the couch with her, and I still was able to run my business from my phone or computer, wherever I was, and to have our best month ever. And quickly growing a team and bringing them to conference last year was a great thing. And when we came back from Cleveland, we actually broke out 2 directors in 2 months. And it was the end. Yeah, so the same month that we broke out as coordinator, it was actually the very end of the month. My husband called me, and he was on his way home from work like he normally does, and, you know, let me know that he's on his way. And I asked him how his day was, and he told me, he's like, actually, he's like, not very good. They let me go. And in a matter of one phone call, 1 minute, we didn't have his job anymore, something that was so secure to us, something that we thought would always be there. And he'd been with that company over 7 years. With one day, they eliminated his position, and he was gone. For us, that was devastating. We thought this is what we needed. You know, our plan B eventually then Shaklee became our plan A. That month that we broke out as coordinator, that check covered our mortgage. And for us, that was something that we never knew we needed until we didn't have what we were so set on. And so being able to take that with us and to be able to continue to grow during those times of him looking for a job and him not being there, I was able to use our business to be able to pay all of our bills and to be able to utilize that. And so now with another one on the way, look, thankfully my husband has gotten another job, but we still are using my income now for all of our extras, expenses that we do, and putting away for savings and so many more when we've got a huge future of where we want to retire and how we want to get there. And Shaklee's really going to help us do that. So that's kind of my long version of my story. Hope you guys know a little bit about me. But to be honest, tonight's not about me. It's not about what I've done and what I've achieved, or it's about you. It's about where you want to go and where you want to be in your life. And I really want you to kind of take a moment and think about where you're at. Do you really feel balanced with your work and with your home? Do you feel like you're making time for yourself? You know, are you taking care of your health and your fitness? And are you, in short, really just living the lifestyle that you've always wanted? For me, that was something I didn't do. So I want to make sure that this is something that you do. And I want you to start dreaming again. Like Brandon taught me, I want to teach you guys that, you know, your future could be exactly what you decide to make it. And so I want you to think of, like, what are those possibilities? What if you can have a more rewarding lifestyle than you're living right now? Or what if you have that extra income that you were looking for to either pay off some bills or have a car payment or whatever it is that you're or car payment to get a car, or earn a car payment from Shaklee. What if you were able to go on exotic trips to places that you never thought you can go? Brandon and I we took Magdalena for her first birthday down to Mexico, and we had earned the trip down there. And so she went on her birthday and spent it in Mexico. We never would have been able to do that without what Shaklee has done for us, and to be able to now help other people do that as well. So we really just want you to kind of focus on what it is that you want. And in doing so, like, think about what the Shaklee effect could be in your life. And I'll tell you a little bit about what the Shaklee effect is, like why we call it the Shaklee effect. But it's really being able to help people to transform their lives by taking small steps to lead to big results. And by making the best natural health products that are worth sharing to create with others. I mean, that's what I did. It's little by little, one by one. We can really change the world, one person at a time, and sharing that as we go along. So I really want you guys to kind of, as I go through the rest of the slides, think about where you might see yourself fitting in. And that is, you can do what I did. Start by using the products. And that was a great way for me to experience and transform what Shaklee has and the health that it has given me, and the energy and pretty much just everything that it has. Or you can go ahead and say, hey, these products are so good, I can tell that I want to share them with other people, and I want to tell my friends and family about it, and maybe earn some extra bonuses on the way, or maybe just getting your products paid for. Or you can really do what I should have done before I had, because I had many years of using the products before, but I decided to build a business. And for me, this was one of the best decisions I had made in my life, and I'll go a little bit more into that. But I just want you to think about where you see yourself fitting in throughout the rest of this presentation. And also, you're probably wondering, why Shaklee? This could be a great thing, because right now there's so many companies out there. There's so many different things you could do. But I really feel like Shaklee has it all. And this is why I chose Shaklee. This is why I live it in my life, and we incorporate everything into our lifestyle. But I want you to kind of figure this out, or see what Shaklee has, I guess, and how it can really fit into what we do. So there are over 350 different products that Shaklee has, and they're broken up into 5 different categories. And so each of these product lines are really doing amazing in each one in the industry. So we have, you can see here, the Healthy Foundation, Healthy Solutions, Healthy Weight, Healthy Beauty, and Healthy Home. And together, people are consuming and using these products every single day. I mean, you can see here, just for, Healthy Weight, $14 billion is spent every year on healthy weight products that people are looking for. And I know everyone that I talk to, there's someone who is looking to lose maybe 5, 10 pounds. There's not usually someone who just says, hey, I feel great. I feel like I am perfect health. I have nothing to lose, whatever it is. I mean, most of the time, when I personally talk to someone, they always have like a little something. Oh, I wish I had 5 pounds to lose, or whatever it is. So here, Shaklee has covered every single product line in the industry. So when we are talking about using, a product, these are what people are already using, and we're just asking them to change their brands over. So that is it. These are products people are using, and they're just changing the brand to use Shaklee. And so I want to tell you why we want to kind of utilize Shaklee products, because it's really a company that's built on trust. And we say that because Dr. Shaklee had created the very first multivitamin over 100 years ago. And that to me is a huge thing. He had this whole vision in mind of what he wanted to do for health, and he's kind of had this 100 years of innovation is what we were celebrating last year. And he has really kind of taken that to the next level, where now we're the leading global natural nutrition company. I mean, that is incredible. To be the number 1 natural nutrition company in the world is just incredible, that we have not just taken a product that is made by nature, but we have done way more than that. And I don't know if you guys know what a patent is, but for me, this is impressive. I mean, I'm no scientist, but I know that when you're trying to create a product that is so different and so unique from any other product out there, you want to make sure that someone doesn't just come and mimic what you're doing. So you create what you call a patent to be able to protect what you've put into it, so that no one else in the industry can make anything quite like it. And most companies take pride in the fact that they have one patent, and that they really can utilize that and say, hey, we have a product no one else can make or create. But Shaklee has 71 patents and patents pending worldwide right now. That's unheard of. I mean, that's seriously insane, that what they have done to make sure that us as distributors and you as a consumer, that we have everything and we have the best, and no one else can get it from anywhere else. You're not going to get that. So with what Dr. Shaklee has done, Roger Barnett is the new owner and CEO of Shaklee, and he is what we call our visionary now for the next 100 years of innovation. And he's really taking this company into a place that we never thought we can go. He's utilizing everything Dr. Shackley had and turning it into something even better. And he really, together, they can make a better health for everyone and a better life for anyone. And that, to me, is something that we can take pride on. And so we have the products, we have an amazing foundation, and we have a vision of where we're going, but we also have stability. And we've had 60 years of paying out distributors over $7 billion in commissions. I mean, that's a great rate to be able to have, saying that for this entire time we've been able to share products and get paid for it, and that we've had long-term success. And most of you know I said I've been using the product 17 years now. And from a business standpoint, having a product that is consumable is an amazing thing for a residual income. So my mom, she started her business 17 years ago. She started sharing products with a couple friends of hers that she knew that would enjoy and use them the same way she would. And she's still getting paid on those products that are ordered now from 17 years ago. Those conversations she had from that long ago. I was a cosmetologist prior to Shackley, and there's nothing like that. I mean, I do a haircut and I get paid on that haircut. I don't get paid on anything else until that person comes in again and decides they want to get another haircut. But sometimes they move, I lose contact, whatever it is, and you don't create that residual income. But with Shackley, I've had conversations with people that order products, and now they order all the time on their own. And that, to me, is what's going to get us to retirement. That's what's going to get me and Brandon to our future. It's going to give us a company we can pass on to our kids. That is pretty much everything right there, is that residual income. And so kind of going into all of that, now we want to just figure out, the Shackley difference and everything that Shackley has done that's different, I guess, than a lot of the other options that you can do. And for me, like I said, there's so many different things out there, but Shackley was the one thing that I just knew I had to have in my life and I couldn't live without. And they take everything to a new level, to making sure your products are pure and potent and that they perform the way that they're supposed to. They do 350 quality tests on every single ingredient that comes into their labs. And that's over 250 more than is required by the United States. So in all, that's 100,000 quality tests every single year on their products to make sure that they're pure and potent for you and for your family, so that you never have to worry about what it is that you're taking. And people are noticing. There's 125 peer-reviewed published studies that have been done by third parties to prove that these products are working. People want what we have. And most companies haven't been around 20 years, but we have a 20-year study that has been done. I'll go more into the landmark study in just a minute. But a 20-year study that has done on the significant health benefits of people using Shackley products opposed to those who haven't used any products or used a different multivitamin. And we're living everything within our company. We're the first company in the world to be climate neutral and completely offset all of our CO2 emissions. We've planted over 1 million trees. We've had over 121 Olympians bring home medals at the U.S. Games. And we are expected to even get more. We have so many Olympians that are going to be, I think, and no, don't quote me on this, but I want to say that we have like a quarter or almost half of the actual U.S. Olympians that are going to be competing in the Summer Games are going to be powered by Shackley. And that's not Shackley sponsoring them. That's them knowing that these products are the best, so they want to use them, and they purchase and use them and love them because they know that they're going to be getting what is said on the box and that they're going to be putting in the best to be able to perform the best. So if it's good enough for an Olympian, I know that it's good enough for me. And that's we'll kind of jump right into some of the products then, and so what it is that people use. And what I showed you before was the 5 different lines that Shackley has, and I'll touch base on each one of those for you guys so that you guys can just know a little bit about them. But we'll kind of start with the Shackley Life Plan, just the whole Shackley Life and what they have to kind of offer there, and then we'll go into some of the other ones that we have for you as well. But with the Shackley Life, I told you a little bit about the landmark study and what they had talked about, and how everything's kind of proven by science. And so this was one of the largest long-term supplemental usage studies that have ever been done. And for me, that, like I was telling you earlier, that's incredible. And most products haven't even been around 20 years, let alone just studies that have been done on how it's really helping them. And you can see here on all of the different stats that had come in of what it had done for people and how it had really helped them. And there's twice as many users who had rated their health as very good to excellent when using the Shaklee products. So kind of going by that, I don't know if you guys know what a telomere is. I said earlier, I'll say it again, I'm no scientist, but thank goodness we have the best scientists on hand at Shaklee, because they do all the research for us and we really just have to share it with others. So I'm just here really to share this with you. But I found telomeres the most fascinating thing. When they were telling us about this, it was one of those things that just kind of clicked in my head. And a telomere is kind of like a protective cap that is on your DNA cells. And so the way I like to describe it, it's kind of like a protective cap on the end of your shoelace. Most of you guys know when you have shoelaces, it's got a little protective cap. When you don't take care of those shoelaces, those caps tend to break. They start to get brittle. They start to break down. Eventually, they fall off completely, and your shoelace starts shriveling up and pretty much just is at the end of its life. What happens with our telomeres is the same thing. If you don't take care of them, then they start to get shorter, they start to kind of disappear, and they start to shrivel up. And again, that's pretty much the end of life at the end of that. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we take care of our telomeres so that we have what I call a health span and a lifespan. And they're two totally different things, so don't get them mixed up. But you can see here on the graph that someone who was 80 years old, which is their lifespan, so their life, they're actually 80 years old, someone who was using Shaklee products, their telomere size was actually 41, the age, or I guess equivalent to someone who was 41 years old, and that's their health span. So they may be 80, but they're feeling like they're 40. And I don't know about you, but for me, that is a huge thing where I don't just want to look good and feel, but I want to feel good. I want to know that I'm putting the best in to be able to get out the best. And I really want to be there for my kids and my grandkids. And so health is super important to us. But so if it's not proven just by science, it's proven by the people. And here are some of the pictures of people on my team, Olympians. We're actually going to hear from Commander Mark Kelly and his brother at the Shaklee conference. But the proof is in the testimonies that people have shared over the past 60 years of Shaklee being around. It wouldn't be around so long if the products weren't working and they weren't getting everything out of them that you're supposed to. And so we really want to make sure that we're fueling with the best to be able to get out the best. And that's what these testimonies have done. Plus, we have 100% money back guarantee on all of our products. And we know that you're going to feel amazing, or we will refund you. We know that this is important to us to be able to make sure you're getting the best. So the last thing here about the Shaklee Life before we move on is just some of the testing that's done. I know we talked a little bit about it, the Shaklee difference, but in the life plan alone, there are over 960 pages of studies that have been done. And that's 74,901 tests that are done just on the life plan alone. The product or the ingredients that are going into it, I mean, everything that they put into it, it's amazing what they have done to be able to create this for us. And so jumping right into the life plan, we actually have legal rights. We know that this is the best, most comprehensive nutrition system in the entire world. And so you're going to feel better in 30 days, guaranteed. There's no way that you can't feel better when you're taking these products and you're using them. And it'll really help you to feel younger, longer, and for the rest of your life. I know we talked a little bit about patents earlier, but I wanted to just let you know that this combination of these life shakes and the life strips have 35 patents and patents pending just on this alone. I mean, that's incredible. That's why we have the rights to say that this is the best, most comprehensive nutrition system, because it is. No one can make something quite like this. And so when you're taking these products or when you're sharing them, you know you don't have to worry about anything because Shaklee has done it all for us. And so they really have an entire line of nutritional products that you could be taking. So let's say the life plan might not be for you at this moment where we have something for everyone. So you can go through and talk to the person who sent you here to find out what might be the best nutrition plan for you at the beginning. Then we also have healthy solutions. So maybe you have a good, just solid nutrition, but you have a specific problem or specific thing that you're looking for a solution for. And that's where this entire line comes in. It could be for anti-aging. It could be for your mind. I know that is always a big one where people are forgetful on little things like where's your cell phone or my keys or whatever it is. So you want to stay sharp all the time. A big one, especially in the winter, is taking care of your immune system. So we've got things for your immune system. We have things for your heart, your blood pressure, pretty much everything that you would need a solution for, we have. And so that's what's nice is that you can start with your foundation and then you can work on if there's something specific you're looking for, we can help you with that as well. And then we can kind of take you into the healthy weight. And here you can see my before and after picture. And this one, for me, was, like I said, it was life-changing. And I never thought that weight could bring me down as much as it did. And even working as much as I wasn't eating very healthy. I was always on the go, so you weren't sleeping enough. I told you I wasn't taking care of myself. I kind of put myself on the back burner, and I was thinking of everyone else. And so being able to have a weight loss program that not only helped me lose the weight, but be able to keep it off. This picture here, the before and after, when I lost it, was almost 6 years ago, which for me is crazy that for 6 years I have been able to keep off that weight, and I've been able to keep off all of that take off all the excess baby weight that I put on with Magdalena, and I've been able to stay healthy with both her pregnancy and with this pregnancy. And that's more than a weight loss program. That's a healthy lifestyle that you're living. And that's just amazing what Shaklee has taught us and the tools that they give us to utilize to be able to teach us how to keep that weight off. It's not one of those yo-yo diets where you're going to gain it right back. This is something that has changed my life, not only now, but in the past, and I know in the future, because this is everything that you need to be able to stay at that healthy weight. And then we have the healthy beauty here, which is I have a funny story. It's about my husband. It's not just for women. I think a lot of times men overlook this line. They're like, oh, I don't need this. Well, if anyone knows my husband, he's actually quite the character. He is a very funny guy, and he's just very outgoing. So anyway, we were only dating about 3 months, and he had troubled skin. And I knew that was something that bothered him. Having adult acne is never a fun thing. And also being a cosmetologist, I knew that he wanted to do something and he wanted to kind of change it. And he had made little comments here and there, nothing big, but I knew that this was something he wanted. So for Christmas, I decided to buy him the whole NQ-Cell skincare kit and give it to him for Christmas. And at the time, it seemed like a great idea. I was like, oh, this is my professional opinion. I think you should use this and I think it'll help. Or I know it'll help. But he says now, he's like, oh, yeah, great. We've been dating 3 months now. Go fix your face. And I'm like, oh, my gosh, wait, hold on. He totally took that out of context. That's not what it meant. But lo and behold, with that skincare products and with him getting onto a healthy regimen, he actually has cleared up most of his adult acne within that first year of taking all the products. So what he joked around about really was life-changing. And this is not just for women. This is for men who want to take care of their skin now, because let's be honest, your face is the one thing you're bringing with you for the rest of your life. You want to make sure that it looks the best that you can, because it shows health. Like, people can tell when you feel healthy, you just have a glow to you. So making sure that you utilize that is great. And then the last line is the healthy home. And this is, I guess, something I did take advantage of when I was living with my mom, because I never realized the importance of using healthy cleaning products within your home, and what my mom had done for us for so many years to be able to make sure that we didn't have the toxins and we didn't have all of the things that come with it, which is sometimes allergies or asthma or all these things from the toxic chemicals. So my mom actually gave me this entire healthy home pack for a wedding present, and those are the only cleaners we've ever brought into our house. We've never needed to use anything else. Shaklee has something for everything, whether it's from getting rust out of our water because we're on a well, or whether, it's just cleaning up spills here and there. And I also cloth diaper, and I use the entire laundry line, and it works better than you would ever imagine. So it literally covers everything that you think you might need. Shaklee has it. So again, talk to whoever sent you here, and they'll make sure you get what you need out of that product line as well. So that kind of covers, I guess, all of the products. So we've gone a little bit over now the company. We've gone a little bit over the products. And so really now it's about you and the better lifestyle that you want, whether it is using the products or using the, or I guess joining and starting a business. But really kind of think about where you might want to see yourself fitting in. I'll go over first couple key steps of what you would do as kind of building a business and what it can potentially bring for you. So rewards that you get, we kind of start with what we call a distributor, and you can become a distributor different ways. I'll go over that, but the distributor is kind of the first step, and you earn some product discounts, you get monthly bonuses, you might even pay for all of your products that you purchase, but it's a great way to kind of get started, and I have tons of distributors on my team, and I love them very much, but what we ultimately want to do is we want to try to get you to director. Director is what we call our first level of Shaklee, and this is a great place to start, where the average income is about $10,000 a year, and you can earn a free trip to California for the new directors conference. You can earn extra bonuses and discounts, and you also get really recognized for what you're doing. So this is a great first step in Shaklee, and it's an important step to know because it helps you to kind of get to all the other ranks that you're at. So the next one is coordinator, and that's where I'm at, where coordinator has what it means is that I have taught 2 people to do what I have done and become directors, and to really be able to become that leader of teaching them what it is that you can get. But now I've earned a monthly car bonus where we just picked out our dream car, which mine was a minivan. So my husband, he was like, really, that's your dream car? But with another baby on the way, yes, that is exactly my dream car. And we've also earned 4 all-inclusive, all-expense-paid trips to different parts of the U.S. and the world. So that has been great, and I know that it's just the beginning for us. But we've also earned some extra bonuses and extra things that we didn't think we would be able to have. And, you know, like I said, we were able to cover our bills when we needed it most. And then the next rank is executive coordinator. And that is the average. So that means you've helped 3 people to become directors, and the average income is about $48,000 a year. You also get a higher monthly car bonus. You get VIP trips, so even more extravagant than the ones I've been on, which I don't know how that happens because the ones I've been on have just been amazing. So once you kind of get to those, I can't even imagine. But I will tell you, once you travel with Shaklee, you'll never want to travel any other way again because they take care of everything. And you can also get some more bonuses and fast track points. So then the last one you want to shoot for is master coordinator, and of course this is what we all want to shoot for, and you want to help 6 people to be able to get to director, and the average annual income is $211,000 a year, and you can earn a higher car payment. You get exclusive luxury trips, and you also can get if you're doing fast track, there's also almost $90,000 in fast track bonuses for that program. So really, when it comes down to it, we have all the different rewards, all the different levels of what you kind of can achieve with Shaklee, but it's really you taking a minute to look and see where you think you might benefit from what Shaklee has to offer. It could be something as small. We just had someone join our team last month that she was working on Sundays, and she's like, if I can make $300 a month, I can quit that job and I could be home with my family on Sundays. $300, that's not that much for her to be home with her kids and her family. I mean, that is something so doable. So it's up to you. So pick out where you think you might see yourself and talk to the person that has sent you here, because we really have something for everyone, and we can help you set up a plan of what it might be to help you get there. But Shaklee is not just a company. It's not just the products. It's not just the compensation. It's literally all of it mixed with the community of people. And that is what I think gets overlooked a little bit too much, is that this is a community of people that are so inspiring, so uplifting, so encouraging, that you really have the potential to be able to meet your best friends that you didn't even know and help each other out. And I know, like, when I had Magdalena, for an example, I probably had more Shaklee people congratulate me and send me, cards and congratulations and everything than friends that I had. I mean, everyone is so giving and so understanding. So it's really taking that community and now designing a life that fits for you. And you can do that with working maybe a part-time if you want to join and you want to be able to kind of start where I maybe did, or you can say, hey, I want to do this full force and I really want to make an impact in my life. And I know my sister, she is a key coordinator, and she's doing so well for her and for her family. And it's amazing that we can kind of do this as a family. So you want to design whatever it is for you. But the first thing you need to do is kind of see where you see yourself fitting in. And that we kind of talked about earlier, about the 3 different ways that you can join. And there are, like I said, use the products, feel the difference, get some testimonies, start sharing them with other people, or you could start building a business to really create that lifestyle that you want. So we have different packs that you can decide you want to join with. And again, talk to the person who sent you here. I know I've said that before, but I want them to be able to help you find what's right for you. Tell them what your dreams are. Tell them what your goals are. Tell them all the different things you're looking for, and they can help you get started on which pack is right for you. But right now, I just want you to leave here thinking about what it is that Shaklee can do for you and what your Shaklee effect could be on other people.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. I really love how you share the Shaklee opportunity. It's so authentic and so real. And I'm super impressed with your health results and what you've been able to accomplish through Shaklee. But even more than that, your example of just leadership to really getting your family through some tougher financial times, to saying, you know what, we can still do this and do so much more, to me is a great example of what you can do with Shaklee, and that there's no limit to what can be done. So thank you so much for sharing that. And we just really appreciate your time and your willingness to be so authentic and so real with everyone tonight.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And like I said, I just do things my kind of own way. But I just let people know that this is how I make it my Shaklee life, and it's what my Shaklee effect is. So I appreciate you asking me, and hopefully I'm able to help someone on here today.
Great. Well, thank you, everybody, for listening.